Dash, exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Cal Fire's coming to you!
I'm here to save as many lives as possible.
Fire Country, new season coming to CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
I think you should,
I didn't even remember I was wearing that.
CBS Deals has free shipping for Black Friday. Text Friday to 65,000 and let the shopping begin. Come on now, we got you.
Good evening, South Central Kentucky. Weather anchor Noah Moore here. Now, today was a very beautiful day all across South Central Kentucky. We all ended up seeing lots of sunshine with a few clouds in and around the area with mild temperatures overall. Here are the temperatures, or our high temperatures for the day today. We were all into the mid to upper 50s for us. Here in Gamaliel, 56 degrees. Same thing for Scottsville at 56. Further up to the north in E-Town, they saw temperatures into the low 50s, but further out to the west, that's where they ended up seeing temperatures into the low 50s as well at 52 degrees in Madisonville. But I have all that and more in my 7-day forecast because News 40 at 10 starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Noah Fairber. Thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. To our top story today, a newly formed nonprofit spent their holiday giving a happy Thanksgiving to those who may not have a place to go. News 40's Michael Ridgway has more on the story.
We're just hoping to spread the news of recovery. A lot of the people that are actually volunteering today for their services to serve and to help organize this are recovering addicts that I was out in the madness with as well in the streets. So, and 3 years ago today, I was eating Thanksgiving dinner in this parking lot. So it's come full circle, and it's just, it's time to give back. So.
Soki Recovery Plug, along with some other organizations, put together a Friendsgiving the day after Thanksgiving for those who might not have somewhere to go and offer resources for recovery at the same time. The overall idea is trying to help and give back.
I had a lot in my life that I wasn't very good. So ever since I've got clean sober, I have 2 years and 8 months clean and sober. And ever since I've been clean, I've been trying to give back from everything that I've taken,
Everyone's turning point is different, and addiction looks different for everyone.
I got pregnant, and I was tired of it before then, but I didn't know a way out. I'm also a veteran, so once I realized, I have a baby in me, I'm growing a child, I'm homeless, I'm stuck in active addiction, I actually went to the VA for help.
When it comes to battling addiction, the biggest obstacle is the addict themselves.
It's there if you want it. A person's got to want it. You can sit there and try and help them, but until they're ready to accept the change, it ain't going to work. The hardest part of active addiction is admitting your wrongs, admitting that you got a problem, because when we're first in active addiction, we don't think we got a problem at all. We think that we're okay, that everything's fine, but we ain't got nowhere to go. We ain't got nobody to talk to. Nobody wants us around.
But no matter how hard it gets, everybody participating today just wants you to know that.
That's what it's about. It's to helping one another and to let everybody know that, hey, it's okay. We all have problems. We all go through things. But don't give up. Don't give up.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
Well, Thanksgiving may be over, but one Kentucky family says their season of gratitude is nowhere close to ending. That's because the last 16 months have been in a hospital far from home. Lexington teacher Emily Presley found herself in an Illinois hospital fighting sickness after sickness, dealing with rhinovirus, parainfluenza, and even a staph infection. Presley spent the next 5 months on life support at UK Hospital, and after 2 lung transplants and 12 more months of recovering, relearning how to walk, how to swallow, and performing daily functions. Now, Emily says she has a new outlook on life.
I really hope that people learn to live the better story and to really soak in the present moment like they never have before without something traumatic as what I've gone through. That's my hope. Just love on your people.
With a new lung and a new outlook, Emily left her team turned family in Chicago and was able to come home to Kentucky in October. Well, another Kentuckian heartwarming story of hope and love, this time of a student who went from being reprimanded by her principal to becoming a member of his family. Chelsea Sick has the story.
She said that she had thrown a cup of yogurt at lunch, and I asked, well, if you were out at a restaurant, would you do that there?
And I was like, I've never really been to a restaurant. I don't really have a family. I'm in a group home.
For the first 11 years of her life, Raven says she never felt loved and was stuck living in terrible conditions.
We had head lice, we had like bruises all up and down us. Our fingernails were really gross and stuff.
Jason and his wife, Mary Beth, had already been through infertility attempts and fostered kids who eventually returned to their biological families.
It just crushed us, so we made the decision, probably more so me, that my heart couldn't take another break like that.
But after Jason heard Raven's story, he wanted to help her. They decided to start the process of fostering.
They say that a mother falls in love with her child at first sight, and I can remember Raven walking into that room that day, that scared little kid, and I just knew in my heart, this is what it's supposed to be.
At first, Raven was hesitant to be fostered by the principal, but after just one weekend visit, she felt like she belonged.
The same weekend, we went and painted the room my favorite color, teal. I just knew that everything happens for a reason.
Jason and Mary Beth officially adopted Raven in 2017.
Where do you think you would be right now if you did not have them?
Honestly, I wouldn't be alive.
And why do you think that's the case?
I probably would have went down a completely different path.
Raven had a new life, but it wasn't always easy. She had to overcome a lot of trauma from her childhood. Some she still deals with, but she's hoping to help others like her. She's studying social work at the University of Kentucky.
She's overcome a lot of the challenges that she's had, and we're really proud of her.
If you're out there and you're thinking about fostering a kid, one, don't be afraid to take a teenager. I couldn't love her anymore if I had given birth to her.
We come back home where this year's annual Turkey Trot has wrapped up and the final results are in. The Great Turkey 5K saw 451 participants with over 400 people completing the entire race. The average time among those running was about 32 minutes and 19 seconds. All proceeds from the Great Turkey 5K go to the Bowling Green Running Club's high school athletics program. If you missed out this Turkey Day, don't worry, this turkey run will return the same time next year. To check out any other stats from this year's run, you can visit greatturkey5k.itsyourrace.com. With Black Friday almost over, the holiday shopping is just getting started locally. News 40's Carlisle Coppins has more on how you can support small businesses.
This weekend is Shop Small Saturday, and shopping small is making a big impact, not just for the businesses, but also for the whole community.
It's really special for people to be able to have a one-of-a-kind creation. It's just a way to connect, for people to preserve their memories and to have something handmade. I think is special for people, especially when it's really unique things, when it's something that, they know they couldn't get anywhere else.
Jewelry, wall art, and memories aren't the only thing that you'll be getting a taste of this Saturday. There also will be tons of food and unique snacks.
The difference is when you go to a large box store, you're not meeting the people who've actually made the product. And every single one of us that are going to be there on Saturday have hand created these items. Take that time. Don't just walk by. Just take that time to actually acknowledge the people that have made these items, because we have a story.
Many of the people that will be a part of this Small Business Saturday will be using products grown and created right here in Kentucky.
Bowling Green has a wonderful community of makers and people who make original things, and it's great to get to know them and to build that community. We really feel a sense of pride, but to get something really made of quality and to be able to get to know the people who make it just builds community. It makes us feel connected to Bowling Green.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
Coming up on News 40 at 10, the days of waiting overnight for Black Friday deals are over. We'll see why many consumers say they actually prefer the deals that come with Cyber Monday. But first, weather anchor Noah Moore has a full check of your forecast. He'll tell you what you can expect for your holiday weekend. Stay with us.
to place or thing.
It's not Las Vegas, Atlantic City.
Play along with a chance to win from home on WNKY NBC 40.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas, my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some Hydro Massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,400 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Time now for a full look at your forecast with weather anchor Noah Moore. Noah, I think it's a little bit chilly out there. What do you think?
Well, it is November, so it's going to be a little chilly, especially at 9. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know.
But yeah, no, it's going to be fairly chilly overnight tonight, and honestly, it's going to get near freezing. So if you are going out and about tonight, make sure you bundle up, and don't forget the hats and scarves if you truly need them. But right now, we are mainly seeing temperatures into the mid-40s, 45 degrees, with winds mainly coming out of the northeast, around 10 miles an hour. So it is fairly breezy overnight, with our dew point still very dry into the low 30s at 32 degrees. Now, here's a live look at some of our road cams over here at I-65 southbound at Cave City. 40 degrees out there. And then taking a look at I-65 southbound at the Tennessee state line. If you're headed into the big city, you're definitely going to have a nice drive down there with dry conditions, with temperatures into the mid-40s at 43 degrees. But overall, we are seeing temps right now throughout most of the area well into the low 40s and even upper 30s, especially up here in Litchfield at 39 degrees. Scottsville, 43. Further out to the east in Edmonton, 41. And then as we go over to Hopkinsville, they are seeing temperatures at a nice cold 44 degrees. But we are going to have that typical nighttime temperatures, with temperatures really getting that cold overnight. Now, today we reached a high temperature at 57, with our normal temperature should be around 56. So we're around average for today, with our record setback at 1931 at 75 degrees, with our lows ranging into the upper 30s at 37 degrees. Live radar, we got a good clean sweep all across the region. We mainly have a lot more clouds in the area. Here's the bigger picture, as we do have more clouds filtering into the Ohio Valley. Further out to the west and the Plain States, they are really getting ready for a really brutal snowstorm. They are already seeing winter storm watches and warnings out there to the west. But throughout the next 40 hours for us, we are going to just remain cold, as we have a high pressure off to our north. All the wind is just circulating around from the north down to the south, giving us these cooler temperatures as we go throughout the rest of the weekend. But we are going to warm up just a little bit. We're going to be nice and mild by the time we go into Saturday, with temperatures going into the 50s. But as we go into Sunday, that's when we are going to continue to have another line of showers moving through the area. So it's probably a really good day to stay inside and probably watch some football. But here's your future temperatures as we go throughout the rest of the night tonight into early tomorrow morning. At 5:30 in the morning, 29 degrees. But as we go through the rest of the day, we are experiencing milder temperatures right into the 50s. But here's your 7-day forecast. As we go right into the weekend, temperatures in mid-50s with a few showers in the forecast. forecast, but as we go into next week, it's going to be cool, crisp mornings with temperatures starting out into the 30s, with temperatures throughout most of the work week into the 40s and 50s. We'll be right back.
Holidays for the Homeless has arrived at Leachman Buick GMC. Help impact lives within your local community by donating essential items needed this winter season. Items needed most are hats, coats, gloves, blankets, and sleeping bags. Leachman will be serving as the drop-off location now through January 1st. Let's share the love with those who need it most this holiday season. Brought to you by Leachman Buick GMC.
The very first time I was able to participate in the Miracle Mile was in 2019. To cross that finish line with my family, together, whole, it is a miracle.
The savings are huge during the Black Friday sale now at Ford's Furniture. Save 20% off your entire purchase and take advantage of up to 72 months no-interest financing. But hurry, this sale ends Sunday at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, there's only one thing you need to do. Call 800-800-4600. We stand up to the insurance company for all the money you deserve. Call 800-800-4600. We know how to turn low insurance offers into big settlements. Call 800-800-4600. When you need a lawyer, ask anyone in Kentucky. They'll say, get Hughes and Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man.
Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Retailers welcome Black Friday's traditional start of holiday sales, but might be anticipating Retailers welcome back Friday's traditional start of holiday sales, but might be anticipating Cyber Monday even more. Adobe Analytics is forecasting $12 billion in revenue for the upcoming online shopping-focused day. That's predicted to outpace Black Friday spending. So-called Cyber Week, which also includes Thanksgiving and Black Friday, is expected to generate more than $37 billion in online sales. That would mark a 5.5% increase for the same week last year. Looking at the bigger picture, the National Retail Federation predicts holiday spending to hit record levels through next month. Well, Black Friday used to be the Super Bowl for shoppers, kicking off the holiday season. But why has that changed? Malls across the U.S. aren't seeing the surge they used to see during typically the day after Thanksgiving. Jen Sullivan looks at why some are walking away from the Black Friday deals.
The discount dash associated with Black Friday appears to be slowing.
Clearly, the month of November has changed really since the pandemic.
More shoppers are looking to score deals online as many consumers gear up for Cyber Monday.
A pretty big shift from the Black Fridays I remember about a decade ago, where people would line up early outside the stores. Now people are shopping in their pajamas.
It's not just the convenience of shopping from home that has consumers scaling back on in-store shopping. Many retailers rolled out their discounts much earlier this year to entice people to spend sooner.
It actually started as early October and will go right till Christmas time.
Analysts at Moody say the lag in lines this year is also due to inflation, higher interest rates. So shoppers are scaling back altogether.
Despite inflation moderating somewhat, the holidays are a pretty expensive season, so people are still going to try and find the best deals that they can.
The deals you see on Cyber Monday are likely not going to be much different than Black Friday. And if you're holding off in hopes of seeing discounts dip further as we get closer to the end of the year, experts say that's unlikely too, because retailers still want profits heading into the year-end quarter. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
When we come back, News 40's Maxwell Trink and Patrick Carey will be in the studio as Football Frenzy is coming up next.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
Do you want to learn financial literacy? It's so boring. What if Service One Credit Union pays you to learn? Introducing Zogo. Download the app and get paid to learn. Answer questions and earn points. Redeem points for gift cards. Play more, earn more. It's just one more way Service One Credit Union is with you on your journey to financial fitness.
It's time for Nat's annual Christmas Bikes for Kids.
You can help by donating a new or gently used bike.
At Nat's Outdoor Sports. The bike shop at Nat's Outdoor Sports will make any needed repairs.
And the Bowling Green JCs will distribute bikes to underprivileged children throughout our community.
Nat's will be accepting new and used bikes until December 5th. Nat's Bikes for Kids, sponsored by WNKY News 40.
I'll hit Woohoo 107.
And these great sponsors.
I'm Simon Modesto. Join me for Emerging Leaders on News 40 at noon. Every Monday, we'll feature up-and-coming community leaders that are making a big impact on the future of South Central Kentucky.
Emerging Leaders, brought to you by Elpo Law. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
If you like traditional country music with a soulful bluegrass flair,
then tune in this week to catch me, Sydney Adams, on Marquee Backstage.
WNKY News 40 loves celebrating our viewers. That's why we bring you Soki's Birthday Club. Joining the club is free and simple. Visit WNKY.com/birthday, fill out the form, and click Submit. That's it. Your name will appear on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon on your birthday, and you'll be entered to win a special birthday surprise. WNKY News 40 loves celebrating you because local matters. Soki's Birthday Club is brought to you by these great sponsors.
Last Friday games here in South Central Kentucky. Maxwell Trink, Patrick Carey for the one, the only Football Frenzy. Big week, another round of playoff matchups. Only 2 games, just like we had last week, but only 1 victor this week.
Well, let's get right into those highlights. To Bowling Green High School we go as the 10-3 Purples hosted the Owensboro Red Devils for a shot at the state championship. Purples knocking on the door. Quarterback Deuce Bailey calls his own number, shows his patience, and hits the lane right into the end zone for the first score of the night. 7-0 Bowling Green, but the defense has been stellar this season. Red Devils quarterback feels the pocket collapse, but he can't get out. Sacked by Anthony Pointer. Very next play, Jaden Axton out of a cannon. Watch out, that's back-to-back sacks for this defense. Bowling Green back in the red zone. Bailey has his mind set on Kroger Field tonight. He takes this man's ankles. Whoop, oh my goodness gracious. BG up 2 scores, and Deuce Bailey is letting them know it. And you got to show some love here to the special teams as always, as Braden Widener knocks it through with just enough juice. That's money. 17-0 Purples. Owensboro desperate for something, but Bowling Green slams the door shut with a Charlie Compton interception, and that sets up the Deuce Bailey to Jackson Smith touchdown right here as Bowling Green cruises past Owensboro 38-6, punching their ticket to the state championship next weekend against Cooper.
And out to Hart County High School as the Raiders look to keep their perfect season going against the Bell County Bobcats. First time down the field for the Raiders. Both teams had a run-heavy offense tonight. The drive capped off by a Hunter Monroe touchdown. But the next possession, Bell County runs down the field, and the state's top running back, Daniel Thomas, he punches it in to keep the game close. Hart County now trying to get back ahead. They convert on 4th down, and Hunter Monroe didn't just want the first down. He edges his way into the end zone for the score. The Bobcats respond, though. That guy again, Daniel Thomas, gets around the corner, scores again. Bell County is able to edge out the Raiders. Close game, came down to an onside kick, ending their perfect season in the state semifinals. Final score, 30-28. Now, of course, we're going to talk a lot about Bowling Green, a lot about their matchup. It's going to be a very exciting matchup, but definitely big shout out to Hart County. A hard-fought season. We really thought that they had a legit shot to make it all the way out to Lexington, but really, really close. Just a little bit too late to get that last score in.
Yeah, Hart County's had that recipe for success all season where they jump out with a lead, they run that football, and their defense has played perfectly this season, it feels like. But tonight, I think we all are wondering how Hart County was going to be able to keep up with Bell County and Daniel Thomas, who is the #1 running back in the state of Kentucky. And they just get down 2 touchdowns there in the second half, and it's really, really hard, especially at the high school level, to climb out of that hole with a running back on the other sideline like Daniel Thomas. A tough loss for Hart County, but man, what an awesome season for the Raiders. They have nothing to hang their heads over. Just a stellar year for Raider Nation.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Griffin and the entire team. But what we have to talk about, Bowling Green, you mentioned it, Patrick. A lot of people saying, hey, Bowling Green's going to be playing Highlands in the championship. Nope. They're playing Cooper. A big shock there as Highlands barely loses to Cooper 17-15.
Yeah, Cooper's hot right now. They have been dominant in the playoffs, and that's what makes teams scary is when they get their momentum going there in the playoffs. You got to watch out. So Bowling Green's going to have their hands full next weekend. But on the flip side, Bowling Green's been just as hot, if not hotter, in the playoffs so far this year. Deuce Bailey is a man on a mission. He's been on a mission since losing the state championship last year. They had a slow start at the beginning of the year, but I feel like Bowling Green just seems to always do that, finding their swagger. And when they find their swagger, man, they're dangerous.
Let's put this in perspective. Owensboro putting up 55 points against South Warren's defense. Bowling Green only allowing 6 points against this Owensboro Red Devils team that's red hot offensively, that can convert first downs. They were competitive. They were chippy. You felt the pressure because a bunch of receivers were dropping passes that were dimes by Deuce Bailey early on. But you could see it, Bowling Green really punching their ticket, and they're going to be a force.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing kind of going off what you just said there is when this Bowling Green defense can pin their ears back, they are so hard to play against, and their pass rush is so stellar at the high school level. So I'm really excited to see Bowling Green hopefully finish this thing off this year.
Well, we'll have more Football Frenzy after this break.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's Black Friday sale continues this weekend. Friday through Monday, shop limited time doorbusters starting at $1.99. Plus, get 25% off store-wide on qualifying purchases. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Mike's credit score isn't something to write home about. But here he is, fists pumping the sky like the end of an 80s rom-com. You see, Mike just got approved to trade in his car for a better one because Byrider looked at extra factors beyond just credit, like his savings. Now, Mike has the chance to upgrade his car and his credit score. Right now during Byrider's trade-in event. Trade in your vehicle and take advantage of flexible payment options on quality cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Congratulations! You got the best. Hey, let's do this! Waco! $51,000 in cash!
What a day. The Price is Right. Weekdays on CBS 40.
The price is right!
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am.
Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JV.
If you like traditional country music with a soulful bluegrass flair?
Then tune in this week to catch me, Sydney Adams, on Marquee Backstage.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's Black Friday sale continues this weekend. Friday through Monday, shop limited time doorbusters starting at $1.99. Plus, get 25% off store-wide on qualifying purchases. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Football frenzy comes to a close, it's always fun to recap the season. Last week we did some fantasy football. This week we're going to make our own little top 10 plays, which really top 4 plays for us this year.
Yes.
Which is always fun.
Pick them 2 plays of the week, actually, these are. So it works out perfectly to see, go back, recap the entire year, especially at this time of year when this is going to be our last Football Frenzy show. And you know, there's been some fantastic plays.
It's always tough to pick between these plays because there's just so many electric plays, especially at the high school level, that don't really get talked about enough because you got to go so quickly through these highlights. So it's fun to go back and recap these plays and give these awesome plays the credit they deserve.
All right, let's go. Let's watch them.
Well,
who do you got, Patrick?
First play, we're going to go back to Bowling Green High School. Earlier this season, Travie Barber with an absolute snag says, listen, good defense, but a better catch by eye. And another better catch by eye here for Rico Crowder with a one-handed snag. I mean, my goodness.
That's a wild catch.
That's insane. Both catches on the top of my list.
For me, I went defense. This Russellville play, insane. Didn't hear it there, but the sack, you could hear it all the way from the parking lot at Ray Stadium. Of course, leads to a fumble picked up by Russellville. What about Devontae Patterson, man? He is something else. The Derrick Henry of Warren Central. One tackler missed. 2 tacklers missed, 3 tacklers missed. He scores, scoop, score, touchdown. Devontae Patterson is just something else. Patrick, I know we were talking about this a little bit, but would there have been another play tonight?
Yeah. And it'd be back at Bowling Green High School because Deuce Bailey snatched that kid's soul tonight on that rushing touchdown. I've never seen a juke like that before. I remember you were cutting that in your office, and I was just like, what did I just witness?
Literally. And what I will also say is that I'm really excited to see that during basketball season. Another one, Clark Rex wrote, pick almost 6, 99 yards. So definitely some great plays this season. You know, we didn't get to everyone, but 4 amazing play of the weeks that we've had. Man, I will say it was a lot of fun this year. It was a lot of fun with the new schedule changes, with the new class changes, seeing that Hart County-Glasgow rivalry back in action, and seeing Franklin Simpson have that big ride as well. So just looking at these plays has been fantastic to see what this team has been able to do, what all the teams have been able to do.
And it just shows the talent around here in South Central Kentucky, how talented these players are, and how much credit that these kids deserve with how hard they play. I mean, Deuce Bailey, Rico Crowder, Easton Jesse, all these guys on those first 2 plays have just been so good this year, and it's a lot of fun to cover them.
And Travie Barber, you know, a guy that's been recruited by Notre Dame. You see these athletes, a lot of these athletes, they will go on to play college ball in some level, shape, or form. For right now, it's the question of, will Deuce Bailey play basketball or football or maybe both, because he's such a great athlete. But you see these guys either playing D3, D2, and then some of these select great athletes playing D1. It's impressive stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And speaking of college, WKU has their last game tomorrow of the regular season. Thank you. I just thought of that. But they take on FIU in Miami, so a good chance for them to get back on track going into bowl game week. So the expectations, I don't really know with the team this year, so we'll see how it goes. But FIU has struggled this year. They're 4-7, bottom of the conference, right there with Sam Houston.
It should be something closer to that WKU-FIU game from last year. FIU much better this year than last year, but WKU won like, what, 73-6?
72-0, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. When you win by 70 points, you know that you're doing something right. They need a win like that going to a bowl.
They haven't really had one of those kinds of wins this year where the offense is just clicking on all cylinders and just beating the brakes off another team. And it's just, where has that been? Because the team hasn't been that much different than last season. You still have Austin Reed, you still have Malachi Corley, you still have Quintavious Leslie on the offensive line. And it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to close out the regular season and hopefully go into the bowl game with some momentum.
Well, we're getting to the opportunity, closing out Football Frenzy. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy that this is our last episode. We've done this for 3 years together, and it's always bittersweet when it comes to an end, and it's just been an absolute blast to sit up here with you and blossom into a friendship and give South Central Kentucky the best highlights we can give them.
Exactly. The most and the best, I'll say that much. It's been a blessing.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to our final episode of Football Frenzy this week. Be sure to check out Bowling Green High School next week in Lexington. But for now, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill.
For more than a decade, Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees has been supplying your family with trees, wreaths, and everything in between. Come find the perfect tree for your family. Morgan's Fresh Cut Trees, located